Hello students. Today's topic of our crash course is averages. Very short, simple topic of quant. Let us directly get into it. Meaning of average, or it is also called mean or arithmetic mean. So concept of average is not new. जो भी हम में से क्रिकेट देखते हैं, we know Sachin's average, Virat's average, Rohit's average, etc., etc. So that is not new to us. Average is simply sum of all the items divided by number of items. So average marks of the class would be sum of marks of all the students divided by number of students. That is the average. In general, average is sum divided by number. तो इसी को हम लोग उल्टा उल्टा लिख सकते हैं. तो number of items is equal to sum divided by average, and sum of items will be average into number of items. So that is the definition of average. If you know two quantities, you can always find out the third quantity with using this definition very quickly. And in general, any questions, if you know the two quantities, immediately find out the third. वो कहीं ना कहीं use होगी. We'll have to use it somewhere. First, after the definition, first section is if the average of two groups separately is known, then average of combined group can be determined. कैसे? If group 1 has some people, let us say m number of people, group 2 has n number of people. We know average of this, we know average of this. If you combine the group, तो m plus n लोग हो गए, m people from here, n people from here. So m plus n people or items in the joint group. We want to find out average of the joint group. How will you determine that? See, firstly we know group 1 and group 2. It has m number of people and average is, let us say, average A1. Let us say group 2 has n number of people and average is A2. As soon as we know average and number of people, we can find out sum of all the items in group 1 and sum of all the items in group 2, because we know number, we know average, so sum can be determined. And what would be the, if we combine this group 1 and group 2, we'll have number of items m plus n. So what will be the average? Average will be sum of all the items from 1 and 2 divided by number of all the items from 1 and 2 combined group. So what is the sum? Sum of all the items would be this sum plus this sum. It will be simply ma1 plus na2 divided by number of items. By definition, this is the average. That is what we have written here. So average of combined group is sum from group 1 plus sum from group 2, so which is the total sum divided by total number, which is m plus n. Simple. Only using the definition will solve all the questions. For example, see the question. Average weight of 30 girls in class is 1500. So thoda zyada ho gaya. Let us keep it to some rational number. Let us assume it's 1500 to be correct. These are some girls from some other species, let us say, and 40 boys for 2400 kg. So find the average weight of the class. Average weight of 30 girls is given. So we can find out sum of sum of weights of all the girls, which is average into number of items, which is this. Sum of 40 boys, sum of weights of 40 boys is 40 into 2400. That would be the sum. And average weight of the class will be total sum, which is this sum plus this sum divided by total number, which is 30 plus 40. Just calculation remains now. 30 plus 40 is 70, and this you can multiply and calculate. That would be the average of the class. Next is item or person is replaced in the group. So what happens is there is one group which has, let us say, n items or n people, anything, n number of things, and one of the persons is replaced with another person. For example, if you have a class of, let us say, 40 people, then one person leaves the class and instead of him another person joins the class. So because of this change of persons, average will change naturally. Average weight, let us say, because what is the average? Sum of weights of all the students divided by number of students. Number of students remain the same, but sum will change because the person who has left and person who has come, their weights might be different. So sum will be different because persons are different. So in that case, new average will change. The question will be find out the new average. What will be the new average? New average will be new sum divided by number of people. Number of people has not changed because person has been replaced. So only thing is the sum has changed. What is the sum? Old sum, old total sum minus the person who has left plus the person who has come. That is the new sum, minus value of item left plus value of item replaced. That is the total sum divided by total number, which will remain the same, n. ठीक है, simple. That number of people has not changed, so only the sum has changed. We only use average का definition. Average is equal to sum divided by number. So sum has changed because a person has been replaced. So the new sum is total old sum minus person who has left plus person who has come divided by total number. Let us see this through question. If the average age of the class is 17, average is given, and Raju, a boy aged 18, leaves the class due to transfer of his father. So one person has left the class. After 3 weeks, Meera joins the class, making the average 17.5. So Raju has left and Meera has joined. So number of people remain the same. What is the age of Meera if there were 19 students in the class after Raju left? So after Raju left, there were 19 students in the class. So initially, how many students with Raju? 20 students were there, and this is the average of 20 students. So what is the sum of the old sum before Raju left? It is just 20 into 17. है ना? And now they are saying that after Meera joins the class, the average age becomes 17.5. So what is the new age? Sum of new ages of the students, including Meera, but not Raju. It is 17.5 into 20. This is the new sum. है ना? Which is what? Whatever, let us calculate. This is 340 and this is 175 into 2. So this is 350. And what we are given? Raju has age 18. Raju is aged 18 and he has left. And question is, what is the age of Meera? What do we have? New sum is equal to old sum minus Raju plus Meera. That is the new sum, because in the new sum, Raju has left and Meera has joined. So simple, we can find the value of Meera, which is equal to, this implies Meera is equal to 350 minus 340, 10, 10 plus 18, which is 28. So age of Meera is 28. Only using the definition we can solve. Just keep calm and use the definition. Whatever information is given, use that. We are given average, we are given number, so we can find sum. We are given average of the new class, we are given number of the new class, and use the definition to find out the sum. Old sum and new sum, you know what is new sum? New sum is old sum minus Raju plus Meera. That is all. Next question, next section, an item or person joins the group. Earlier, we were talking about replacement. So Raju left, Meera joined. But now the person joins the group. So only extra person comes in, additional person comes in to the class. So what happens to the average? There is old average, which is equal to old sum divided by number of people. And now, because new person joins, sum has increased. Old sum plus new person, that is the new sum. And number of items have also increased. From n, it becomes n plus 1. So both numerator and denominator has increased. So what happens to the average? That depends that the new person is more than average, old average, or less than less than old average. If the new person that gets added is of value less than old average, so he or she will try to bring down the average. If the new person is more than the average, he will try to uplift the average, he will increase the average. So that is how it will work. Old sum can be found out using old average. So new average is equal to old total sum plus value of new item, old sum plus new item divided by n plus 1. That will be the new average. Similarly, we can have an item or person leaving the group. Here we were adding the group. Now, what if the person leaves the group? Similarly, what will happen? The sum will change and number of people will also change. Sum will become old total sum minus the person who has left, and number of items from n, it becomes n minus 1. That is all. That is all the things that will change. So new average is equal to old total sum minus value of item left divided by n minus 1. One person has left. Again, we just use definition. Let us now just do few questions to see how to go about it. If sum of few numbers, these are practice questions. If sum of few numbers is 630 and their mean is 90. We don't know how many numbers are there, but few numbers. Sum is given, average is given. So what we can find out? We know average is equal to sum divided by number. And here we are given sum and average, so which implies number of items is equal to sum divided by average, which is 630 divided by 990, which is equal to 7. So there are 7 items whose sum is this and average mean is or average is this. If another number 120 is included, what is the new mean? New mean or average क्या होगा? New sum divided by new number, which is new sum would be old sum is 630 and another number 120 is included. So new sum is 630 plus 120, which is 750. And number of items from 7 it becomes 8 because one number is added. This is the average, whatever the value you can find out. So it is 92.75 if you calculate, or 93.75 जो भी है, you can find out. Next, if the average of 9 quantities is 8, what we are given? Number of items we are given, average is given, so we can find out sum. So sum is equal to sum of these 9 quantities would be 9 into 8, which is 72, right? And average of 4 of them is 10. So average of 4 of them is 10. So what is their sum? Is equal to 4 into 10, average into number, which is 40. Question is, what is the average of remaining 5? What will be the average of remaining 5? Which is sum by number, which is, what is the sum of remaining 5? Sum of these 4 is 40 out of 72. So sum of remaining 5 is 72 minus 40, which is 32. And number is 5. Remaining 5 ही पूछा है. That will be the average. जो भी है 6.4 would be the average. Next question. If the average temperature on 1st, 2nd, 3rd September was 37 degrees and average temperature on 2nd, 3rd, 4th September was 38 degrees. What we are given? We are given average and number of items. There are 3 items. So what is the sum of sum of these 3? 1 plus 2 plus 3. I'm just writing dates. September is equal to 37 into 3. That is the total sum of temperatures of these 3 days. We know average, we know number of items, so we know sum. जो भी, whenever we are dealing with average questions, the 2 quantities will be known. Just find out the 3rd quantity. And what else is given? Average temperature from 2, 3, 4 is 38. So what we have? Sum 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 38 into 3. Then what we are given? 4th temperature on 4th was 39. So 4th is equal to 39. Question is, what was the temperature on 1st? We are having these 3 things. Here 2, 3, 2, 3 are there. We want temperature on 1st. If you subtract this from this, so what we have? 2 minus 2, 3 minus 3 will be cut. So we will have 4 minus 1. Temperature on 4 minus temperature on 1 is equal to this minus this. 38 into 3 minus 37 into 3, which is equal to 3 only. Because if you take 3 common, you will have 38 minus 37, which is 1. And out of that, we know 4th ko 39 tha. So if there is 39 here, first we'll have 36 as temperature. We have just plotted whatever information was in front of us, and this has yielded us answer. Very simple. Next question, which is again very frequently asked type of question. Average weight of class was 48 for a class of 29 students. So we know average, we know number of people. So what is the sum? We can find out sum. 3rd quantity is sum. Average is equal to sum by number. So sum is equal to average into number of items. Average is 48 and there are 29 students. So that will be the sum of weights of all the students. If the teacher's weight is included, average increases by 0.5. So if the teacher's weight is included, so matlab another person has been added to the group. So 29 becomes 30. So what is the new sum? New sum is equal to new average. Average is 48, which increases by 0.5. So new average becomes 48.5, and new number of students is 30. What is the weight of the teacher? Sum 1 and sum 2. New sum. What is this sum? Is equal to sum 1 plus teacher ka weight. So just put the value of sum 1 here, subtract from this, and you will have the value of weight of teacher. Simple. What is the average of all prime numbers from 10 to 30? This is calculation question. Hope you guys remember all the prime numbers from 10 to 30, which is 11, 13, 17, 19. And from 20 to 30, we have 23 and 29. So there are 6 numbers. So I just add them, divide by 6, that will be the average. Let us do few PYQs to get the idea how to go about it. We are using only definition. We are not using anything else in this chapter. The average weight of ABC is 40. Okay. Average weight of BD is 42. So what we have, average weight of ABC is 40. So we can find out sum A plus B plus C is equal to average into number of items. So 40 into 3, which is 120. Okay, fine. Average weight of BD is 42. So we can find out again sum B plus D plus E is equal to 3 number of items. Average is 42. So 42 into 3, 126. What we have, what else we have? F is equal to B. So F is equal to B. Question is, what is the average weight of all of them? A, B, C, D, E, F. What will be the average weight of all of the people? Sum of all of the people divided by number of people. So what we want? Sum, which is A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F, sum of all the people divided by 6. This is the average. This is the quantity they want. And if you add left hand side and right hand side, what we get? A plus B plus C plus D plus E, but B comes 2 times. Instead of B, we want F, but it is already given that F is equal to B. Just replace this F, this B by F, add left hand sides, we will have this quantity A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F. So their sum is equal to 246. So answer is 246 divided by 6. So that would be 41. Answer is D. Fine. Because B is equal to F is given, so we can replace one of these B by F and we are done. If we add left hand sides, we will get the answers. We are using only definition, nothing else. Next question, let us see. Average, there are 2 classes, A and B, having 25 and 30 students. Fine. So there is class A, class B. Here there are 25 students. Here there are 30 students. In class A, highest score is 21 and lowest is 17. Highest and lowest, 21, 17. And in class B, highest is 30 and lowest is 22. 4 students are shifted from class A to class B. So from here to here, we are adding 4 students, shifting 4 students. So what will happen to averages of class B and class A? Now imagine that these 4 students, they can have maximum 21 marks, right? They can have maximum 21 marks, and average score of class B is already between 22 and 30. It is between 22 and 30, obviously, because average beech mein hota hai, lowest and highest. Average is always in between, somewhere in between lowest and highest score. So average will be somewhere between 22 and 30. And even if you transfer all the people, all the 4 people have 21 marks, which is the highest here, then also that is going to be less than the average. So the new students will try to bring down that average. So they will reduce that average. So average score of class B will definitely decrease. That is definitely true, because we are transferring people with less score to new class which has higher average. Unke lowest se bhi kam hai na ye. This 21 is even lower than the lowest that these people have. Highest of this class is lower than lowest of that class. So if we shift those 4 students there, they will definitely bring down the average score of class B. Hai ki nahi? Obviously. Next, average class of class A will definitely increase. Now from here we are shifting 4 people to what happens to average of this class. That will depend. If you send these 4 people who have highest marks, then class average will decrease. If you send people with lower score than average, then class average will increase. If you send average people, all the 4 people have average score of this class, then average will remain the same. So class A we can't comment because we don't know which 4 students we are sending out. But for class B we can definitely comment, because anyone who comes out of class A will have lower score than even lowest in this class. So average of class A might increase, might decrease, might remain same. We don't know. It depends on which 4 people you are sending. If you are sending people who have higher score than average of class A, then class average will decrease. If you are sending 4 people from lower scores than class A, then class average will increase, right? So naturally, so we second statement, definitively increase, we cannot say. So that is wrong. So answer is option number A, class B average will decrease. Next question, let us see. The average age of teacher and 3 students is 20 years of age. So we average is known, number of people are known, so we can find out sum. So teacher plus 3 students is equal to 20 into 4, because there are 4 people, teacher and 3 students. If all the 3 students are of the same age, so we have assumed them to be of S age, and the difference between the teacher and student is 20. So teacher minus student is equal to 20. What is the age of the teacher? So we have 2 equations, 2 unknowns. We can find out. We know how to solve these linear equations. We already learned about it. Just multiply this equation by 3 and then add, and you will find out age of the teacher. Next, if the average score of batsman after 50 innings was 46.4, so you know a number of innings, we know average, so we can find out runs, total runs after 50 innings is equal to 50 into 46.4, and after 60th innings his average increases by 2.6. So runs after 60 innings is 60 into 2.6 से add हो जाएंगे, तो it will be what, 40. This will be 47 plus 2, so 49. So this will be the total number of runs after this inning. Question is, what is the average score in last 10 innings? What is the average? Average score is total number of runs in last 10 innings divided by number of innings, which is 10. We just want total number of runs in last 10 innings. So you just subtract this quantity. पहले 50 innings में first 50 innings, from first 60 innings you will get scores from 51 to 60 last 10 innings. Just that divided by 10 is the answer. And anyway, you can see, you can use your intuition as well. See, average has increased from 46.4 to 49. So he must have scored good amount of runs, which are more than average, more than new average also. 49 से तो ज़्यादा ही बनाया होगा. Average would have been more than 49. Then only it can bring it to 49. So answer cannot be 49. We need to score. He needs to score more than that average. Then 122 is too huge. Even 91 is too huge. Even only Bradman has that kind of average. So answer should have been 62. So from observation also you can do, but this is the mathematical way to do this. Subtract this quantity minus this quantity from this quantity, divide by 10. Answer would be 62. Next, in a class there are 3 groups, A, B and C. If 1 student from each group A and 2 students from B are shifted to group C, then what happens to the average weight of the students of the class? What is the average? So it is like there are 3 groups within a class. So I assume that there are 3 rows, A, B and C, and from A we are shifting 1 student to C, from B we are shifting 2 students to C, row number C. So what happens to average? What is the average? Average is total. Average is total. Average weight is total weight divided by number of people. Now, because of this rearrangement of students, has the total weight changed? Sum of weights? No, because there are same students in the class. Class के average में, class के weight में क्या फर्क पड़ेगा? Number of those same students are sitting in a class, albeit in a different rows. उससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Different row में बैठ रहा है. So sum of the weights hasn't changed. Number of students has changed? No. In a class, total number of students is still the same. So that has also not changed. So sum has not changed. Number has not changed. Average also will not change, because average is sum divided by number. So answer is, it remains the same. That is the simple question. CSAT 2021, it is not an old question. Just logically you can do. Nothing has changed in the class, so average will also not change. So here we conclude average chapter. Very, very easy chapter. And I hope it was helpful to you. And we'll meet in the next lecture. Thank you.